Good morning, Yellow Jackets, and welcome to signing day. We can't wait to introduce the newest members of your Georgia Tech class of 2020 today. He's Jeff Collins, I'm Andy Demetra. And Coach, what's more Atlanta than this? We're here in Midtown, right in front of the varsity. We've got the Coca-Cola building off to our left. I-85 is right to the left of us as well. And of course, just beyond the bridge is historic Bobby Dodd Stadium, home of your Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets and home of the class of 2020. Tell us, what role did the city of Atlanta play in your recruitment for this 2020 class?
It's everything. Since I got hired, we've promoted that we're right here in Midtown, right in Atlanta. I was born 8 miles east of Atlanta, in Decatur, and so I love this city. I love everything that it stands for, the culture, the vibe, the energy, the Fortune 500 companies that our guys get to do internships at, the access that they have to entertainment, to life after football is right here in downtown Atlanta, one of the top 5 academic schools in America, and what a better backdrop than all of this that you can't get in a lot of small college towns.
And this class of 2020 is ready to paint that skyline gold, home of clout, home of culture, home of the Yellow Jackets, Atlanta, Georgia. Stay tuned. The Georgia Tech class of 2020 is coming your way. We are now inside the Georgia Tech locker room, which will be the future home of your Georgia Tech class of 2020. Coach, ready to pull back the curtain?
Absolutely.
On the gold-blooded class of 2020. Here we go. And signee number one of the most highly touted that you have signed for this year, coming from Jacksonville, Florida, and Jacksonville Trinity Christian, Miles Rooks is a Yellow Jacket. 6'2" cornerback, 4 stars from Rivals, 24/7 Sports, and ESPN. He's rated as high as the number 10 cornerback in the nation. Lofty credentials. Coach, what does he bring to the field for the Jackets?
Yeah, I think you mentioned great size, great speed, relentless competitor. Was one of the first guys to commit to us to really set the tone for what we're building with this recruiting class. Really excited about him. Great family, and I get to coach the DBs every single day, and I take a lot of pride in how they play. And the biggest way is to get elite talent to come to the flats, and we've done that with Miles.
And certainly not the only elite talent coming to Georgia Tech very soon. Miles Rooks is now a Yellow Jacket. Let's meet your newest Jacket. Coach, this is your first full recruiting cycle, and he was your first commit of this recruiting cycle. You're excited to welcome him to the flats. He'll be enrolling for January, and that is your quarterback, Tucker Gleason from Tampa, Florida, and Plant High School, the number 26 pro-style quarterback in the nation, according to ESPN. Threw for more than 3,000 yards, 33 touchdowns in his high school career. I know Dave Patno can't wait to get his hands on Tucker Gleason. What makes him such an exciting prospect for you?
Yes, it comes from a great pedigree of high school coaching. Coach Weiner does a great job developing quarterbacks throughout his career, and this is another young man that he's put his stamp on. Dave Patno is as good of a quarterback evaluator as there is in the country, and recognized him early, and we were able to get him to commit. He came up to 7-on-7 camp, absolutely put on a show. Great leader, great character, great family, and we're excited about what he's going to do here for us.
And you'll have him for spring practice. He looks to put on a show here on the flats for years to come. Tucker Gleason is your newest Yellow Jacket. Let's introduce you to the newest member of the Georgia Tech class of 2020 and another Atlanta area kid going to play his football on the flats. Let's say hello to Kyle Canard, defensive end, 6'4", 220 pounds from Riverwood High, 3 stars from Rivals, 24/7 and ESPN, ranked the number 38 weak side defensive end in the nation. More than 40 TFLs over the final 2 seasons of his high school career. Kyle Canard coming to a backfield near you, Coach. What do you love about him?
Yeah, it was tremendous length, relentless pass rush, is always trying to make an impact in the game. And anytime you can have somebody that wants to stay in the 404, be here in downtown Atlanta, help us build this culture the right way. And we're really excited about him getting tackles for losses and sacks and just being a part of our culture.
Well, we don't need to say welcome to Atlanta because he's already here. Kyle Canard is your newest Yellow Jacket. Welcome back. Another signee is in and ready to debut as a Yellow Jacket. And Coach, you have added another wrecking ball to that defensive line. An in-state product as well. Akil Stone is now a member of the Georgia Tech class of 2020 from Savannah, Georgia, and Jenkins High. 6'2.5", 250 pounds. 3 stars from Rivals, 24/7, ESPN. What has you excited about getting to work with Akil Stone?
Well, obviously off his junior tape, we were fired up about him. And then he came to camp going into his senior year, and we were blown away by how much improvement he had gone through. And then just his senior year, making plays all over the tape, relentless effort. And went to see him live in the semifinal game for the States, and stood next to his mom. My hearing 3 weeks later still not recovered. She was yelling and screaming the whole game, but great kid, great energy, infectious personality, and so we're excited to add him to our culture.
And look to have the fans at Bobby Dodd Stadium screaming in the years to come. Another mid-year enrollee, Akil Stone. Welcome him in, Jackets, to the class of 2020. Another one is signed and ready to come to the Flats in the Georgia Tech class of 2020 from a powerhouse program, a state champion. Let's welcome to Georgia Tech, Jalen Huff, defensive back from Buford High in Buford, Georgia, 5'11", 180, 3 stars from Rivals, 24/7 Sports and ESPN, ranked as high as the number 38 cornerback in the nation, fresh off a 5A state title with the Buford Wolves, and he's joining his cousin Jordan here on the Flats. What do you like about Jalen Huff?
Yeah, just competitive nature. He's very athletic, has position flexibility, can do a lot of different things for us. But one of the biggest things I'm excited about, I went to watch him play in the state semifinal game and get there at halftime. He is the first one out of the locker room onto the field, leading his teammates, and out there just sprinting to the ball, even when the plays were going away from him, which invariably they did because he was a lockdown corner. But just excited about him and his versatility.
It's not always about the measurables, it's about the intangibles as well, and he seems to have plenty of both. Jalen Huff is your newest Yellow Jacket. So who is the next to become gold-blooded in the class of 2020? Let's find out right now, and we'll go to the offensive line from Lee County High School in Leesburg, Georgia. Wing Green is a Yellow Jacket, and Coach, he's hard to miss. 6'7", 285 pounds, 3 stars from Rivals, 24/7 Sports and ESPN. Helped lead Lee County to back-to-back state titles in 2017 and 2018. Ranked as high as the number 71 offensive tackle in the nation. He's got the size. What else do you like about Wing Green and his prospects as a Jacket?
Sure, and obviously that's the first thing that jumps off the film. And when you get to meet him and do photo shoots with him, you're literally looking up at him. But a great young man, great player. And even though he does have tremendous length, he does bend well, has power, and I'm really excited to see Coach Key get to work with him.
Oh, Coach Key cannot wait. Wing Green is coming soon to the Flats. All right, time to meet your newest signee, Georgia Tech fans. And boy, these offensive linemen that you have signed are going to cast some long shadows on the Flats. This one measures 6'6", 310 pounds from Gainesville High in Gainesville, Georgia. Say hello to Jordan Williams, rated the number 44 offensive tackle in the nation by Rivals. Another player just outside the top 50 in the state of Georgia. 3 stars from Rivals, 24/7 and ESPN. You and Brent Key, you put the film on of Jordan Williams. What stands out?
Yeah, length, athleticism. His best days of football are ahead of him. And I went to the same high school as Andrew Thacker, the Gainesville Red Elephants. So just excited to get him out of the red and black and into the white and gold and, play some football for us. His future is really bright.
Has a sister already in school here at Georgia Tech, and Jordan will enroll mid-year, the newest member of your class of 2020. It's time to meet your newest Jacket in the gold-blooded class of 2020. We know how much you have prioritized recruiting here in Metro Atlanta, and you got a good one. Joining us from Fairburn, Georgia and Creekside High, Katavian Franks is now a Yellow Jacket. 3 stars from Rivals, 24/7 and ESPN, 158 tackles, 18 sacks, 21 TFLs as a senior, nearly 300 tackles in his high school career. He's a tackling machine. What else do you love about Katavian Franks?
Yeah, he's a tremendous competitor, and it's one of those things that as the season went on, he kept having the production. The offers kept pouring in, and it was as highly contested of a recruiting battle as you can have in the Southeast. And I'm really proud that he made the decision to stay home, put on for his city, represent the 404, and join our family. So really excited about him.
He'll be making a lot more tackles in Atlanta very soon. Katavian Franks is your newest Yellow Jacket. The newest signee in the Georgia Tech gold-blooded class of 2020 is in, and another prolific tackler is on his way to the Flats. From Creekside High in Fairburn, Georgia, Tyson Migas is a Yellow Jacket, 6'2", 215 pounds. And get a load of these numbers. You almost have to do a double take, Coach. 377 tackles, 37 TFLs during his high school career. He averaged almost 18 tackles per game this past year with 14 tackles for loss. A three-star linebacker, according to a number of publications. Tyson Migas is a Jacket. Right. And what has you fired up about him?
Yeah, just his playmaking ability. I mean, he flies all over the field, making tackles everywhere. And the production on the field speaks for itself. But then you get around him, tremendous family, tremendous character. He's going to be a leader in this locker room. And I still remember the day we had our first photo shoot with him. They put on the uniforms, all those things. He looks like he's photoshopped, and that's even before Coach Lou Corral and his staff have gotten a hold of him to help develop him even further. But just a great player and a great kid.
Now, Photoshop might be a good nickname for Tyson Migas. We do know this. He and his teammate at Creekside High, Tatavian Franks, they were known as the Twin Towers, and they are now coming to the Flats. Tyson Migas is their newest Yellow Jacket. Time to meet your next signee in the class of 2020. And, Coach, it's another four-star from Deerfield Beach High School in Deerfield Beach, Florida. Let's say hello to Brice Gowdy, 6'3", 210-pound receiver. 4 stars from Rivals, 24/7 and ESPN. Ranked as high as the number 37 wide receiver in the nation. His nickname is Simba, and Simba is a Yellow Jacket. What do you love about Brice Gowdy?
When you turn on the tape, I mean, he's just making plays all over the place. Great size, great speed, great athleticism, great route running. He was an early commit to us. Him, Miles Brooks, Tucker Gleason formed a great relationship and kind of propelled this class to a really high level. And I'm just excited about him, and he's going to be here in January to kick this thing off right.
Another one of your signees making the trek from Florida to the Flats. Brice Gowdy is your newest Yellow Jacket. All right, let's welcome in the newest member of your Georgia Tech class of 2020, and you got yourself a monster edge rusher from Gwinnett County, from North Gwinnett High in Sewanee, Georgia. Say hello to Jarod Ivey, 6'6", 225 pounds, a 24/7 Sports 4-star recruit, the number 15 weak side defensive end in the nation, 153 tackles and 29 sacks during his high school career, had 20 sacks as a senior. Jarod Ivey will be a handful for a lot of offensive lines in the years to come. Tell us about him.
I think the first thing that you just look at this class is the amount of length that we have. Tall guys, rangy athletes. Jarod is that. Helicoptered in to see him play during the season. Relentless motor, flies all over the field. Great teammate, and one of the most special commitment stories that we had this year. We were in his living room. He committed to us, and his mom burst into tears because she had wanted him to come to Georgia Tech, was trying hard not to push him, and when he did decide, the emotion was amazing, and just glad he's part of the family.
Oh, the celebration is going beyond their living room into a lot of fans around Georgia Tech, as Jarod Ivey is the newest member of the Yellow Jackets class of 2020. All right, time to meet your next signee in the Georgia Tech class of 2020, and you continue to thicken up the offensive line. You go back down to the Tampa area, and Leonard High School, Ruskin, Florida. Michael Ranken is now a Yellow Jacket, 6'5", 295 pounds. 3 stars from Rivals, 24/7 and ESPN, ranked as high as the number 44 offensive tackle in the nation, and a guy who will be enrolling mid-year here at Georgia Tech. What do you like about him?
Yeah, obviously the size and athleticism. We inherited last year an offensive line that averaged 6'1½", 264 pounds, and the recruiting class along the offensive front, we have to get bigger, we have to get more length. And he provides us that, and I think his best years of football are ahead, and I'm really excited to get Coach Key to work with him and develop him to be a big-time ACC player for us.
And Brent Key can't wait to get his hands on him, and I know you can't wait to see him in white and gold in the years to come, as Michael Ranken is your newest Yellow Jacket. Time to meet your newest Yellow Jacket. Coach, you continue to fortify the wide receiver ranks. This young man was one of your early pledges, and he's coming to the flats from Loganville, Georgia, and Grayson High. Let's welcome in Ryan King, 6'3", 215 pounds, ranked the number 73 wide receiver in the nation. 3 stars from Rivals, 24/7 and ESPN. He can stretch a field. How about 17.3 yards per catch, 9 touchdowns over his past 2 seasons? Ryan King, what kind of upside do you see in him in that wide receiving core?
Yeah, great ball skills, tremendous catch radius, goes up and competes for the ball at all times, and then he does have the speed to break away when he gets in the open field. Another young man that wants to put on for the city and wants to stay close to home. We're really excited about him. Great high school football program, and everybody in the state knows exactly who he is, and there's such great high school football in the state of Georgia. And anytime you can get one of the top 50 players in the state to stay home, that's something special about the direction of the program.
So people in the city know who Ryan King is, and soon the ACC will as well. Ryan King is their newest Yellow Jacket. All right, let's meet your newest signee in the Georgia Tech class of 2020. And for that, Coach, we're going to go into the Palmetto State in the same high school that produced wide receiver Adonicus Sanders from Fort Dorchester High School in North Charleston, South Carolina. Emmanuel Johnson is now a Yellow Jacket. 6'6", 260-pound defensive lineman, helped his Fort Dorchester High team to an 11-1 record as a senior. 3-star prospect. He's got tremendous bloodlines. His mom, only Katrina McClain Johnson, who won 2 gold medals as a member of the U.S. Olympic basketball team and a member of the Naismith Hall of Fame. And Emmanuel Johnson coming to the defensive line for Marco Coleman.
Yeah, we're really excited about him. He committed on the same night that Jarod Ivey committed, and I joked around that we got 13 feet taller in that one night at 2 defensive line positions, and I'm really excited about him. He's a young man that, one of the few young men that's able to make Marco Coleman look like he's an average-sized individual, which is really hard to do. His mom was a 2-time All-American at a school that's an hour and a half outside of Atlanta, northeast of us. And we're really excited about him and his future for us here at Georgia Tech.
All right, Emmanuel Johnson joining the ranks of the defensive line, the newest member of your Georgia Tech class of 2020. We have another member of the gold-blooded class of 2020. And Coach, I have a feeling Kerry Dixon, you can't wipe this smile from his face right now. You got another 4-star joining the wide receiver room. Nate McCallum is now a Yellow Jacket from Dutchtown High School in McDonough, Georgia, 5'11", 185, and he can fly. A 4.41 40-yard dash, 4 stars from 24/7 Sports, one of the top 30 recruits in Georgia Tech history according to 24/7 Sports. Speed to burn. What else will he bring to the flats?
Yeah, he's just a relentless competitor, great competitive nature. Everybody in the state of Georgia knows exactly who he is. You go around to all the high schools, and they're blown away by the fact that Nate chose to stay at home and come to play for us here at Georgia Tech. He's also going to play baseball for Coach Hall. He's one of the top baseball players in the country, and I'm just really excited to add him to the program.
Yeah, we'll be patrolling the outfield for Danny Hall in the spring, but in the fall, he will be leaving vapor trails behind defensive backs. Nate McCallum is their newest Yellow Jacket. Time to introduce your newest signee. Coach, you won at Miami this year, and you won some recruiting battles in Miami as well. Let's meet your newest Yellow Jacket from South Miami High in Miami, Florida. Linebacker Kiah Right is a Yellow Jacket. 6'3", 215 pounds, the number 68 outside linebacker in the nation according to 24/7 Sports. Tell us more about Kiah Right.
Yeah, it actually reminds me of another Georgia Tech great who played for the Miami Dolphins, Philip Wheeler. Just a freak of an athlete, size, speed, athletic direction, athletic ability, change of direction, and just excited about the relentless nature that he plays with. Flies all over the field and has freaky athletic ability, whether it be playing baseball for his high school team or ice skating. I mean, it's crazy the things he can do athletically.
Ice skating for a guy from Miami.
Yeah, he's pretty good, man.
Hey, nothing wrong with a little versatility. And Kiah Right will look to be carving up a lot of opposing backfields in the years to come. Outside linebacker Kiah Right is a Yellow Jacket. Time to meet your newest signee. We were standing here last year and we were welcoming back the tight end position for the first time in 11 years between Dylan Devaney and Tyler Davis, and Dylan Leonard and Tyler Cooksey had a great first core of tight ends, and now you're adding another one. Billy Ward is a Yellow Jacket from Locust Grove High out of Locust Grove, Georgia, 6'4", 245. That sounds like tight end size. 3 stars from Rivals and 24/7 Sports, 1,500 plus receiving yards, 18 touchdowns during his high school career, and ranked the number 16 tight end / H-back in the nation by ESPN. Billy Ward, tell us about him.
Yeah, great size, but the thing that's cool about him is he's got tremendous position flexibility. Can play the end of the line wide, can play the H, can split him out and play wide receiver. Tremendous on the basketball court as well, and just excited about him. Great family. Mom actually works here at Georgia Tech, and just so glad that he chose to stay close to home and play tight end for him.
Already has the white and gold in the family. He's going to look great in the white and gold this coming fall. Billy Ward is their newest Yellow Jacket. Time to meet your newest signee and another offensive lineman set to come to the Flats. He's coming by way of Biloxi, Mississippi. Coach in Biloxi High, Ryan Spires is a Yellow Jacket, 6'3", 285 pounds, 2-time All-State in Mississippi, 3 stars from 24/7 Sports and ESPN, and also selected to play in the prestigious Alabama-Mississippi All-Star Game. Brent Key has to love the prospects of coaching Ryan Spires. What do you like about him?
Yeah, just how physical he is, how tough he is. There's a relentless nature to him, and you can just tell when he's playing offensive line, there's a little bit of nasty edge to him as well. And then you get to meet him in person. Great kid, great student. Unbelievable family, and I'm just excited to add him to this locker room, add him to the program. And I think big things are ahead with Coach Key coaching him.
Well, you know by that and him coming to Georgia Tech, you're getting both a scholar and a savage. You're getting Ryan Spires, and he's coming to the Flats as your newest member of the class of 2020. Welcome back to our signing day special. The next signee is in, and for that, Coach, we're going to go deep in the heart of Texas. Channel View High in Channel View, Texas. Paola Pulu is your newest Yellow Jacket. 6'3", 305 pounds, ranked as high as the number 18 center in the nation according to 24/7 Sports. Guy who seems to have an infectious personality and makes a lot of impact on that offensive line.
He's a great teammate, plays ridiculously hard, finishes every single play, and I'm a big rugby fan, and he does a mean haka dance. So excited to see, out here in Bobby Dodd Stadium. Hopefully that'll pop up a time or two. But just a great player, a great kid, and is going to do great here for us.
Selected to play in the prestigious Polynesian Bowl as well. Paola Pulu, give him a welcome, Georgia Tech, to your class of 2020. All right, let's meet your next recruit. And Coach, you had so much success last year with his speedster out of Tampa, Florida, and Marion Brown. You got another burner coming from the Sunshine State to the Flats. Let's welcome into the 2020 signing class Avery Boyd from Tallahassee Godby High School, 6'2", 195 pounds, 3 stars from Rivals, 24/7 and ESPN. He's already been clocked at a sub 4.4 40-yard dash. We know he has speed. What else will he bring to Kerry Dixon in that receiving corps?
Yeah, and that's the big thing. He's got length, he's got speed, and we do a great job with our coaching staff and Patrick Suttis, our general manager, evaluating the kind of guys that we're trying to bring in here. He ran a 4.35 this summer at camp with that size, and a tremendous competitor, a great family, so we're really excited about him in the future.
From the same high school as Georgia Tech defensive end Antoine Owens, he now has a classmate joining him in the white and gold. Avery Boyd is your newest Yellow Jacket. The next signee is in for your gold-blooded class of 2020. And Coach, I know you are excited about this one. He brings some impressive credentials to the quarterback spot, and he is now a Yellow Jacket. Jacket fans, say hello to Jeff Sims from Sandalwood High in Jacksonville, Florida. 6'3", 205 pounds, 4 stars from Rivals, 24/7 Sports and ESPN, ranked by ESPN the number 6 dual threat quarterback in the nation. He was also an Elite 11 quarterback, Coach, and you got him signed and ready to make his impact on the Flats. Tell us about him, his upside as a QB.
Right, great leadership. Obviously, has a tremendous arm, location accuracy, and can throw the deep ball very, very well. But the intangible piece, the character piece, intelligence, all of those things are just a bonus, to who he is athletically. And we're really excited about him. And he's the kind of young man that you can recruit to in the future. because once a player like Jeff Sims decides to stamp Georgia Tech in the future of this program, there's going to be a lot of people that really notice that, and I want to be a part of what we've got going on here in Atlanta.
An ACC-ready arm looking to light up the skyline here at Bobby Dodd Stadium. Jeff Sims is your newest Yellow Jacket. Welcome back. Another signee is on the way. And, Coach, you had so much success last year with your grad transfers, Jarod Southers and Tyler Davis. They set a high bar, but I know this man is excited to match or exceed that. He's joining the offensive line via the University of Tennessee. Ryan Johnson is now a Yellow Jacket, originally prepped at Brentwood Academy in Brentwood, Tennessee. 6'6", 310 pounds. Will use his final year of eligibility with the Jackets. Already a veteran of 19 starts in 3 seasons at UT. He's played both guard spots. He's played center. Gives you a lot of flexibility in addition to experience on that offensive line. Tell us more about Ryan Johnson.
Yeah, the high character kid was a civil engineering graduate from the University of Tennessee. Came on his official visit. Tyler Davis was his host, and I kind of told him how to come in to a big-time college football program as a grad transfer. Gave him the playbook the way Tyler and Jarod Southers did, and Ryan is committed to helping us establish this culture even further, and we're excited for him to help us along the offensive line.
Graduated in 2.5 years with a degree in civil engineering. He'll feel right at home here on the Flats. Ryan Johnson is your newest Yellow Jacket.